So in this video, we're going to be talking about how to multiply polynomials. So in the first section, we talked about adding and subtracting polynomials. This section is going to be multiplying. We defined what a polynomial was. So basically, just to get started here, it says the diagram shows a rectangle. So this is just giving you a way on how to think about multiplying polynomials. So if we were taking a polynomial x and multiplying it by 2x plus 3, that helps us find the area of a rectangle. That's what we're getting at there. And what we're doing is we're separating our 2x plus 3 and separating it into different rectangle lengths. X, x, 1, 1, 1. There's 2x, there's 1 plus 1 is 3, and then down here is x. And if you notice, when we multiply each one, x times x is x squared, x times x is x squared, x times 1 is x times 1 is x times 1 is x again, and if you add all of those up, you would get your solution. Now, we are going to do that a couple of different ways in talking about multiplying, but let's just get right into the examples. So, if we're going to multiply something like this, so we have something on the outside, a monomial, and a polynomial on the inside, this is just like distributing. We have to still distribute like we did earlier in algebra. It will have to be multiplied by everything on the inside. And again, when we multiply it just like we did in the last chapter. This will be 3x squared times 2x to the third. And then it'll be plus 3x squared times negative x squared plus 3x squared times 4x plus 3x squared times a negative 3. And then we just multiply this out. 3 times 2 is 6. X squared times x to the third is x to the fifth. Then we have 3x squared, so x squared times x squared is x to the fourth. And then we have a negative 3, so negative 3x to the fourth. Here we have 3 times 4 is 12. X squared times x is x to the third. So we have plus 12x to the third. And our last one is 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. So minus 9x squared. And that is it. Okay, that's as simplified as it gets. So in another example, this is where we have two polynomials at once. And we can always use a table to do this. Notice my 2x is in this first one, minus 1 right below it. And then on top we have x and we have plus 4. So that's another way to do it. And what we do is we just multiply each portion of it. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 4 is an 8x. Negative 1 times x is negative 1x. And negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. And then we just simply combine these. So we have 2x squared plus 8x minus 1x minus 4. And then don't forget to combine the like terms in the middle. So our final answer is 2x squared plus 7x minus 4. And that's completely simplified. Okay, so what I want you to do is do these three on your own and hit pause so that way you can see if you're doing them correctly. Shouldn't take you that long, and then just hit play when you're ready. Okay, so here's your solutions here. Distribute that through. You should have gotten 7x to the third plus 4x. Down here, setting up your boxes as such, you should have gotten 2a squared plus 7a plus 3. And here, setting up your boxes accordingly, you should have gotten 4n squared plus 19n minus 5. Okay, so let's move on to the next page. So if you're looking at the top example here, what we can do is we're going to do these horizontally. So we're going to multiply these horizontally. What does that mean? What it just simply means is anytime you're multiplying two quantities together, what you're doing is you're basically taking each term in the first and multiplying it by everything in the second. So 2x squared has to be multiplied by 3x and by negative 1. So this is how you would write this out. It would be 2x squared as your first term times 3x minus 1. And then we would have plus a negative x times 3x minus 1. Notice now we're taking this negative x and multiplying it by the entire thing, plus a negative 2 times 3x minus 1. And then we just distribute through each one of these and then simplify at the end. So 2x squared times 3x is 6x to the third. 2x squared times a negative 1 is negative 2x squared. And then over here we have negative x times 3x is negative 3x squared. Negative x times a negative 1 is a positive x. And then we have negative 2 times 3x is negative 6x. And then we have negative 2 times negative 1 is a positive 2. So again, all we did was multiply through each one of these. Just distributing. But to set it up, we take each term and multiply it by the entire second. Now, we have to combine our like terms. So we have like terms right here. Those are like terms. We have like terms right here. So we have to combine those. So this will end up being 6x to the third. A negative 2x squared minus 3x squared is going to be a negative 5x squared. And then we have x minus 6x is a negative 5x. That's those combined, and we have plus 2 at the end. And then this is as simplified as we can get. Okay, so that's a little bit more complicated, but again, it is each term in the first multiplied by everything in the second. You can also set up your boxes like what we did on the front page for those as well. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is anytime we're given two binomials. That's two sets of two terms. So something that looks like this. The idea of the word FOIL can help us with that. You'll hear that a lot is FOIL it, FOIL it, FOIL it. What does that mean? It means that for each set of terms, we want you to multiply the first term. So 2x times 4x is the first term, 2x and 4x, okay? So that's that part right there. And then the second one is called, it's the outer. So here the outer would be the 2x and the 1, and multiply those together. Then we do the inner, which that is going to be the 3 and the 4x. And then we do the last, which is the last. That's the 3 and the 1. And you multiply each one of those separately and set up one equation. So let's look at this example. First will be 4a times a, which is 4a squared. Outer is 4a times 2, which is 8a. The inner is going to be 3 and a, which is 3a. And our last is 3 and 2, which is 6. The only thing we have to combine is the middle terms there, and we have 4a squared plus 11a plus 6. Okay, so you have two to do on your own here, so try those. Hit pause, give yourself a second to do it, and then hit play when you're ready so you can see the solution. All right, so for the first one, again, if you take x squared and multiply by x plus 2, 2x multiplied by x plus 2, and then 1 and multiplied by x plus 2, you should have gotten everything you see here and simplified to be x to the third plus 4x squared plus 5x plus 2. In the second one, I did the foiling method because we had two binomials. So our first was 4bb, our outer was 4b times negative 2, our inner was negative 5 times b, our last was negative 5 times negative 2. And again, combining all of that together, you should have gotten 4b squared minus 13b plus 10. Okay, so that wraps up what we're doing here. Again, if you have more questions, bring them tomorrow. We will have a chance to work on this and practice it. So hopefully this gives you a brief introduction, and I will see you then. Don't forget to take your assigned quiz on Edmodo, if that's what has been assigned.